It's been a month since this game came out, and so much has happened in that month, so I figured why not make a video to discuss this. Figured it'd be fun. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I want to discuss Outriders and problems surrounding the game at the moment. As you know, in my review, I gave the game a 9 over 10 because I thought the game was great. And to be honest, personally, I think it's one of my favorite games of all time. Not of all time, but of the year at least. The game plays well, I like the story. It's not the best out there, but I think it does the job. The weapon, the shooting, the gameplay, the world, everything works. In a general sense, which was why my review was 9 over 10. Oh, by the way, this video is also going to be a re-review of the game. And yeah, it's going to be a review of the game because currently, as much as it is a 9 over 10 objectively for me, I think I would have to dock the game review by 2 points and bring it down to a 7. And the reason for this is basically what this video is really going to talk about. Now, obviously, if you want to hear all the good things about the video that I spoke about, you can check the review. You can see it over here, but generally this is just going to be talking about the bugs and the issues that's been plaguing the game. I don't know why it took me so long to say that. Anyway, the biggest issue, so as I said, it's been a month. It's been a month since the game dropped, and a lot has happened in this month. And I think the biggest thing that's happened for me would be the inventory wipe. Now, for those who don't understand what that is, basically, sometime in the month, randomly, everything that you've had on your champion or your outrider is suddenly gone, which meant that I couldn't log in with my main. It meant I couldn't do anything, and in essence I had to create a new character to play the game, and that's bad. There is no other way to explain it, right? For a looter shooter game to have a bug that allows you or causes you to lose all your loot, it's not a good look. Everyone that you'd want to obviously talk about the game to, everyone you want to get them on the game, you can't do that because you'd have to tell them about the bug. And as much, oh, by the way, this is I guess a good point for PCF, right? People can fly. As much as their communication has been pretty good, it's not enough. And I remember reading it somewhere, and someone said that a good communication between the devs and the fans is the base. Is the most basic thing that devs can do, and I agree. Yes, good communication is good, and I really do appreciate when devs actually communicating and say what's going on and the manner in which they're trying to fix the bugs. But this is a big bug. This was, I say was because they say it's currently being fixed, but people are still reporting that their loot is not back, the gear is not back. So I don't know. Personally, mine has been fixed. I'm happy about it. I'm grateful for it. But I also know that from the moment the bug hit me to the moment it got fixed, I didn't play the game as much. And I didn't play the game as much because I couldn't quite bring myself to sit down and grind a new hero or a new outrider only for the bug to happen again. And this is one of the big reasons why people stop playing the game, which, as I said, it's everything compounds, You also had the fact that literally within a month of the game dropping, they already had weapon nerfs. And as much as I'm not the kind of person to say that nerfs are bad, but I personally would say it was too early for that, especially when the game had issues with inventory. You had different kind of bugs popping up, you had entering into certain situations with enemies and enemies will load. You have missions that you can't finish because the boss would load and you have to start mission again, or you finish the mission and you don't get any gear for it, and it's just all these random bugs kept popping up in this month. And just literally from the moment the game dropped to the moment the game finished, it's been a series of bugs, right? And as much as I enjoy the game, as much as I can say it's an 9 out of 10, there's only so much bugs that one can take before it begins to reflect on the state of the game itself. Now, the reason why, to go back, as I said, I'm docking my review by 2 points and dropping it from a 9 over 10 to a 7 over 10 is because of all of this. Objectively, I think the game is good, but the game in its current state is not good enough to warrant a 9 over 10, and that is my personal feelings about it. it could be better. It could have been done better. I think the way the game came out and the specific bugs that we've been getting should not be present. One of the most annoying bugs, which they only just finally fixed, was the sign-in bug. Now, the sign-in bug, for anyone who hasn't played the game, or hasn't gotten the game, is a very stupid bug in the sense of what the bug really does is on the main menu where you're supposed to sign in, it literally just keeps you there eternally, and you literally have to reset the game to play the game. And to me, that makes no sense. Of all the bugs to have, that is probably one of the worst ones, because all that means is I just change to a different game to play, and it's all of this, as I said, all these little bugs, they compound and they compound and they compound. Now, currently, the inventory write bug has been fixed, or they say it has been fixed. People are still reporting it, but I think it's rolling out gradually. The nerfs still remain, but people have sort of found a way around that by getting better weapons and getting different mods and working around it. Bugs, some bugs are still there, some have been fixed, but they still have quite a few they need to sort out. The current latest one is the damage mitigation one, and that is basically the way the armor works in the game. Now, some armor had like certain stats that made damage mitigation so good, but they released an update and suddenly all of that just went whack, and now people are struggling to do the things that they were doing before, and it's all of these things that make people stop dropping the game. So yeah, that's literally what's been going on. Now, to talk about whether or not the game has any staying power, I guess I have to talk about expeditions. So when you finish the game at level 30, the next bit that you have to do really are expeditions. Expeditions are more or less the end game stuff to do. In the best way to explain it or to liken it to would be like doing strongholds in Anthem or doing nightfalls in Destiny. It's good and it scales up difficulty, and you get better stuff the higher you go in difficulty, and it's nice. It's a nice little activity to have, but I personally don't think it has any longevity to it. And I say this as someone who's been grinding expeditions. I enjoy it for what it offers, but at the same time, I'm very aware that it doesn't quite do much. It's not the kind of end game activity that I see would keep people around for a long time, which is a little bit worrying, because Outriders is not, at least from what we've understood or what they said, it's not a live service game. So personally, I'm worried as to what they have planned for the future of the game, bugs aside, because currently all they've done is been fixing bugs for the last couple weeks, and I hope that they've got big plans for the game, because I'd love to see PCF do a lot more with this game. I'd love to see a lot more focus on endgame activities that are like expeditions. I want to see monster hunts that are grand in scale. Like, there's a whole monster that we can't even see. And I remember someone saying that someone asking in one of the Q&As they did leading up to the launch whether or not we could fight the giant monsters, and they said they could. And that didn't happen in the game. So I'm hoping that's something that's gonna come eventually down the line. But yeah, as it stands, does it have staying power? I don't know. I wish I could say yes, but with the way things are going, with the way the user base is dropping, with the way the bugs keep coming up, it's hard to say, because at the end of the day, they might decide to cut their losses on, similar to what Anthem did, and that would be tragic. But until then, I'm going to keep playing the game. I'm going to keep doing my best to enjoy it. I hope for their sakes that they can fix the bugs as soon as they can, as much as they can. And I just pray that they've got ideas for endgame stuff that, would astound the community and, bring everyone back, really. But yeah, that's it for me. And I will catch you next time on my next video. I'm not too sure what's going to be on yet, but I guess we'll see. Latest.